Hi everyone, thank you for being here. If this is your first time on my channel, and welcome back to all those coming back to view my videos. I really appreciate, and thanks for subscribing. I appreciate all of you helping to grow and build this soul family. So I have two decks that I'm going to use for this daily love message. And before I forget, if you'd like a personal love mess reading, you can email me at tch4tomorrow@gmail.com. Also, I have the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck that I'm going to use for the main messages today. Love this deck. And I have the Twin Flame Awaken Path Tarot to get messages for you from your person, and we'll see what you're feeling, what wants to come out from you to your person. Okay, so let's get started. What are the messages for today, for the journey, for this love journey that you are on? What are the messages? And we have this one that wants to come out of the top of the deck. At the bottom of the deck is the dragon's hoard, and this is the overall energy. This is it says protecting the future. So what I get from it's a number 12, so it also breaks down to a 3: birth, death, rebirth. What I get from this is, I see this as two things. I see it as like the crescent moon phase that we're in right now, the waxing crescent moon phase. And I also see it as a bow that's bent over, and that has already, like, it bends like that when you've already like shot your arrow and you're like holding on to it, and it's in that bent position. So I feel oh, I'm burning incense. I'm sorry. I gotta move this. I just got a waft of it in my thing, in my throat. But this is, yeah. So I see two things, and it's, protecting. It's manifesting. It's like protecting what you have right now. And I also see the amethyst crystal in this. You see that purple? See the amethyst purple, and it also is protecting what you have. It's having the keys for, everything that you want in the future. So I see this as, two things: protecting what you have. I see this as manifesting what you want for the future. And there's an extra message to this, that because it says, yeah, like it shows it shows like some bones down here, and I feel like that is, it's those are like the karmic bones. And it's like, it's like you having the intention, setting the intention that you're going to do, you're going to do the next part of your journey. The next chapter is going to be focused on the greater good. It's not going to be focused on getting the hoard, so to speak, for yourself. It's going to be focused on, getting, getting this abundance, filling your pockets, but sharing it and distributing it, to other people. So it's an equal give and take type thing. It's not going to be, like those, that, wanted to come in and fill their pockets only. And now all that's left is their bones. It's using it wisely, using the future, abundance wisely. And so there, I see that in this card as well. So, manifesting, protecting what you have, manifesting for the future, and, remembering to set the intention for the greatest good of all. All right, so that's the overall message. And then we have the whale song. I almost said the wind, and that happens because I read cards intuitively, and that happens for a reason. So I was gonna say the wind song, So there may be some fast moving energy coming in today, this afternoon through the wind. Right now, we do have a little bit of a breeze here in the Midwest. It actually feels good because it's really hot again. We have one more day of hot, and then the temp drops off. But this is the whale song, and I feel the whales, they communicate telepathically. He's in this protective bubble. And I feel like this is, higher level communication, resonating. And I just feel like this is higher level communication. See how he's risen above everything. And I feel like this is like almost rising above the emotions of everything on your journey. And it's, resonating with a higher vibration of things around you as well. That's what I'm getting. And this is, because the whale is a higher level being, it communicates telepathically with other whales. It has that, I don't know if it's the sound that they use. They have a special sound that they use, vibrations, through vibrations. So sound might be important for you right now, through music or through nature. Nature sounds might be, water sounds might be important right now to help you rise above, the earthly things and the emotions as well. And and I'm also feeling, that the whale is the one, they jump out of the water. It's called breach. They jump out of the water, and they do that because they get attachments on them, other organisms attached to them. So I also feel like this is a cleansing. This is a cleansing of your energy, a purification of your energy from all those old, um, you know, attachments, all those things that held you down. This is a cleansing of that so that you can stay in that higher energy. So really interesting. I didn't expect that to come out. So, and that's a number, it's 61, but it equals 7. So that's manifesting for you. And then you and your person, and then we have crown games, right? Right use of power. So this is, it's a number 8. So that is, abundance. But this is, I feel like this is because she's got her hands clasped on the head. This is remembering to connect that, the head to the heart, not just to come from the head, because the head is the ego. The mind can trick us by, when we just listen to the mind, that is our ego, and we need our ego, but we're all human, so we all have an ego, but we need it in balance with our heart. And so it's important to have that heart head balance in this card. I also feel that this, because this looks almost like a mask. If you see the edging down here, it almost looks like there's a mask there. And so this may be the removing of anything that is not, um, not your genuine power. This is, the whittling away of that, because you see how the light is shining behind it. So this is like those hands are at the top of it, and it's almost like it's sitting there freely, and the light is coming through underneath. So this may be the removing of any further, mask, or any from your person or from you, anything that no longer serves you, that may have been there, because like I said, it's the removing of attachments. So it's that removing of anything that no longer serves you. And it's, turning it from dross into gold, and you can see where it's almost, the sunlight is almost all the way through. And I feel like this is for your person, that the sunlight is almost all the way through. See that on his face where the sun is actually coming through and it's turning all the dross into gold. So this is huge transformation that's happening with your person right now. Wow. And then we have the crossing initiation. And I feel like, whenever whenever you go up a level, whenever you rise above, you always have things, you always have tests that you need to go through. And I feel like this is, a crossing into another realm, another depth, another, of our spiritualness. And, with that, we have tests. So you may be, you and your person may be tested, and you see that the path gets narrower, um, because this is walking the narrow path. This journey with twin flames is walking the narrow path. It's not a path that is a common path. You know it's um, it's really, when you come together, it's forging your own path together. So it becomes really narrow, but this is the crossing. I feel like too, it's because I see a ring. I mean, that's obviously a portal, but I see a ring there. And I feel like this is like an initiation that is happening before some of you come into union. This is the closing of anything that is out there yet. And this is like, um, you know, yeah, I feel like it's the initiation, the test before some of you come into that union together, and walking through that portal, because that is definitely a ring. So I feel like there may be some initiation that happens, some tests that happen before you come into union, and that is commitment with your person. So both of you may be tested for this initiation, but I'm definitely seeing a ring. So this is a 54, which is 9. Yeah, this is the closing of cycle. The final closing of a karmic cycle before you come back before you come into union with the ring there. Wow. And we have 7, 8, 9 in the cards. 7, 8, 9 in order. I'm not sure what that angel number means, but if you want to look it up and put it in the comments, that would be great. And then we have lost in space, needing direction. So this is, taking time. This is being too much in the mind. And you see that the mind is becoming enlightened, but it's important for you not to spend too much time thinking, like getting anxious about the future. If your thoughts are in the future, there's probably anxiety coming up. So it's important to keep your thoughts in the present moment, and just, you can think about, write down things you want to accomplish for the future. But this is keeping your thoughts, then not worrying about, surrender the worry, any concerns about how, and keep yourself in the present moment through breath work, through grounding, being outside, because that is going to help you stay out of any anxiety. It'll help you keep your mind in the present moment. now that I have this back, I'm also seeing a clock right here. I'm seeing this as a clock. I read intuitively, so, but as I'm holding it back, I'm seeing this as a clock. So this is, um, divine timing as far as, things moving ahead for you and your person. But it's important to keep yourself in the present moment with your thoughts. That will help your overall connection, because your person, when you keep yourself in the present moment, they're going to follow, and that they're going to feel that energy on their side of the infinity. I don't have my infinity necklace on today, but I just had a bee fly up to the window. So, but this is, yeah, lost in space. It's needing direction. This is staying in the present moment, and really focusing on maybe your goals, but then letting it go, surrendering it, and keeping yourself in the present moment, not letting your mind go elsewhere where you're feeling lost in space. And then this one is the Garden of Venus. This is, I heard this most beautiful song last night. It was from an opera, and it was about the garden. It was so beautiful. But Garden of Venus, this is allowing time to rest and renewal. And this is, a number 7. If you add the numbers together, so we have 77 manifesting. And so this is going to help. Allowing yourself time to rest and renew today is going to help with manifestation. It's going to help keep you in the present moment. Is when we're tired, our mind is more easily swayed. So it is it is a day of rest and renewal today, to help keep the mind at bay in the present moment, and to maybe enjoy some time outside if it's not too warm. It's pretty warm here, so I'm staying inside, except maybe going under a shade tree for a little grounding. But yeah, today is definitely a day of renewal, of really focusing, within, focusing on some of the things that you want to manifest, your intentions for the future, but don't get bogged down by the how and the when and the where. Remember, it's going to be in divine timing. Okay. All right. So those were the main messages I have. And let's get some messages and see what are the messages from your person to you. What are the messages from your person to you? And we have one coming out, and we have another. What are the messages from you to your person? And we got one coming out. And yeah, that's about it. And we have a King of Swords at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy between you. It's, this is the knight that has the sword of truth. It's being assertive, a little impatient, direct and daring in your actions and your decisions, being ambitious and motivated. So both of you are ambitious and motivated to move things forward, and you're both working toward this as the overall energy. Even though it may not look like it in the physical, you both are still moving forward to make this happen. It's happening behind the scenes, and you're both moving things forward. So you just know that there's things happening behind the scenes, but you're both, you're working together to do things on your path that you need to do. Okay. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. This is them feeling hardships. And I had to take a little breath there. Like maybe they're having some emotion about it. They're Five of Pentacles. They're having hardships, loss, feeling abandonment and some struggles, maybe some unemployment for some of them. But this is Five of Pentacles, that, this has been their feelings on the journey. You can see a person standing there in the midst of the trees. And I feel like there's change. This is a 5. So I feel like this is in the midst of changing. And, them moving out of that, slowly moving out of that lack. And they have the High Priestess. They're wanting to tap in. They see you as this beautiful, spiritual, mystical person. And, they want to be that person. They want to be that person in your life as well. They want to be, able to, use their intuition. They want to be able to use their gifts to decipher hidden knowledge. They want to be this person in your life. They don't, they are walking away from, they are wanting to walk away. They're starting to walk away from the lack and wanting to step into this power, so that they can have this with you, because this is what they see you as, this all-knowing, all-wisdom, very intuitive, very mystical person. Your messages to them is that use this time to close, you're using this time to close cycles, to wrap things up, and to achieve things on your own path. As they walk their path, you're both working together, but that they are going to, that you're trusting them to do the same. This is a 21, a 3, birth, death, and rebirth. You understand you're both going through transformations. You're both going through completions, the ending of cycles, and you're both starting to look at ways to achieve on your own paths, to become more independent. 2, 2, 2, 2, 4 2s on the clock. Universe has your back in this. And then the other card that I have is Judgment. This is you, it's got the Wheel of Fortune on this card. It's that divine timing in your connection, the destiny of your connection. You understand that, timing is everything. And, you understand there's awakenings, reckonings happening, and then there's, reflection and healing that needs to happen on both sides of the equation in order for a reuniting to happen. So this is a 220, and we just saw 2222 on the clock. The universe having your back in this. So you're telling them that you understand. You are having understanding. You're understanding that there's awakenings and recognitions happening for both of you, and they are walking away. They're just walking away. There's change as far as the lack. They're walking away from that, and they are wanting to come toward you. They're wanting to be this all-knowing, all-wisdom. They're wanting this to use their gifts for the highest good as well. So those are the messages I have. I hope this helped. I love you guys all so much. Thanks for hitting that like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.